Episode 22, submitted by Cass. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 47, read exactly as submitted. There's a leash on my fence. Red nylon, the flat woven kind, with a brass clip that has gone green at the swivel. It has been looped over the corner post of my chain link since the summer I bought the place, and I have been meaning to hand it back for 11 years. It was Cricket's. Cricket belonged to Deb, next door. A shepherd mix with a gray muzzle and bad hips. The kind of dog that leans against your leg until you sit down on the step with her. The post on Deb's side had rotted out at the base, so she got in the habit of hanging the leash on mine, at the corner where the 2 yards meet, 4 steps from her back stoop. I told her it was fine. It was fine. After a year, I stopped seeing it, the way you stop seeing your own mailbox. The barking started my second winter there. Not all night. Between 2 and 3 in the morning, and only then, and only at my front door. I know how that sounds. I timed it for a while, because I'm the kind of man who writes things down when he's angry. 2:10, 2:40, 2:55. Never before 2, never after 3. And never from her yard. From my porch, close enough that I could hear her nails on the boards and hear the storm door shiver when she put her weight against it. Then it would quit all at once, like a phone being hung up, and the street would go so quiet I could hear the highway. I was on the 5 o'clock shift at a warehouse out by the interstate. Sleep was the whole economy of my life. I bought a fan for the noise. I bought the orange foam earplugs by the box. I slept in the back bedroom most of one spring, which is how I learned the barking carried through the whole house anyway. I finally went over on a Saturday and asked Deb, as nicely as I could, if she could keep Cricket in at night. She looked confused. She said Cricket was in, said she slept in the kitchen on a folded quilt by the dishwasher, and that she would know, because she'd been up half of every night herself since Ray passed. I said okay. I walked home thinking she was lying to me. That's what I settled on, and I want you to understand, I settled on it comfortably, the way you do with a neighbor you like. I decided she let the dog out and wouldn't admit it, and that was the price of living next to a nice old woman. Nobody else on the street ever heard it. I asked the 2 houses across the way. They said they never heard a thing, and one of them said it in a tone I didn't care for. Here's the part I've turned over the most. Deb told me once, back when I was still trying to make her feel bad about it, that Cricket wasn't a barker. She said it proudly. Slept through the 4th of July. Slept through the garbage truck. Didn't care about the raccoons that got into everybody's cans. She only ever went off at people, Deb said. I took that as proof. Proof that the dog had something against me in particular. That she'd picked me out of the whole street. And for 4 years I lay in the dark at 2 in the morning, hating an old dog with bad hips. I never got up. Not once. In 4 years, I never once went to that door and looked out. I'd lie there and grind my teeth and wait for 3 o'clock. Cricket died in April of the year before last. Deb had her put down when she couldn't manage the back steps anymore. I brought a card over, and I felt sick about how relieved I was, and I have slept through the night ever since. Every night. First time since I was young. The leash is still on my post. It moves sometimes. Some mornings it's hanging by the loop instead of the clip. Or it's down in the grass, and I blame the wind, or the kids who cut through to the school. I keep telling myself I'll walk it over to Deb. She's got no use for it. Honestly, the fence looks wrong without it.